Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Antony.
Today is our monthly Cloze test for you. We have 5 missing words or phrases in an article, and you have 4 choices. Which one best fits the missing information? You have these in school. You've had it with us. Hopefully you've joined us for a long time, so you should be pretty good at this.
Yeah, 我们今天要介绍呢的主题呢是这个克漏字相信各位在学校常常写克漏字，对不对？一样，我们要从这个文章里面去抽丝剥茧的找线索，然后选出个最适合字放在里面。所以在这里的话，我们在今天这个题目里头可以找到非常非常多，学到非常非常多的一些技巧哦。
The title of today's lesson is Shapeshifting in a Changing Environment. You all know change, to go from one state or condition to another. Environment, we are now talking about the world we live in, nature, or even mankind, cities. That's our environment. Shape-shifting, shape here refers to the body or shape of an animal or person. Shift means to change. So things change their shape when the environment changes.
Yeah, 没有错。所以这里的话，我们可以看到标题，他说 Shapeshifting， 然后这边老师提到说 shift 也就是 change 的意思。In a changing environment， 在一个不断改变的环境里面，好，动物到底要如何改变它们身体的外观来适应环境呢？所以我们这边中文的标题是动物求生变变变。
Okay, in just a moment, we'll attack our first paragraph, which has 1 cloze item.
Shape-shifting in a changing environment. The Earth has been steadily getting warmer with each passing year since 1880. As humans adapt to rising temperatures, so do animals. But while humans adapt by spending more time indoors, animals evolve. Researchers in Australia have noticed some very clear physical changes in certain animals. A recent study shows that the mammals alive today have larger legs and ears than ever before. Birds are also showing changes in their beaks and wings, parts of which have been growing larger over the past century. According to the scientists, this is happening in direct response to the warming climate. The larger body parts help these animals better control their body temperature. If an animal is not capable of controlling its body temperature, it may overheat and die. A larger body part might mean the difference between life and death. Although these changes show that animals can evolve to survive climate change, this is not a sign that everything is fine. Unfortunately, there are countless animals that may not be able to evolve, and they risk going extinct. It is also too soon to tell how these changes will affect each animal's ecosystem.
Okay, let's get busy here. Our first sentence, the Earth has been steadily getting warmer with each passing year since 1880. That's 140 years ago or so. The Earth, our planet, steadily is, without stopping, continuing, getting warmer with each passing year. You can read some information which shows that it's not exactly more or a little more or a lot more each and every year, but over time, there's no question that from 1880, now we are in 2022, the difference is easy to see, easy to feel, and easy to measure.
没错，所以在这边的话，我们第一句话看到说 The Earth has been steadily getting warmer. 老师刚刚特别提到说，慢慢越来越暖，对不对？我们有个暖化的这个现象，好，整个地球是这个样子。With each passing year， 好，每一年过去，好，都会 再暖一点点。好 ，since 1880， 好，就在1880年那个时候开始。如果你去查一下的话，慢慢到了现在2022年的时候，它每一年有陆续变暖的那种情况。所以它如果这边提到 since， 对，表示从1880年起到现在，所以它的时态的话会选用现在完成式。所以说 has been steadily getting warmer。这个 steadily 的话就是非常非常逐渐的、很稳定的在逐渐的这样慢慢上升。
As humans adapt to rising temperatures, if you adapt to something, you fit a new situation. You realize things have changed and you change with that change. You adapt to it. Well, as temperatures are rising, humans are getting used to that. Blank do animals. Okay, so our first cloze item has 4 possibilities. As, so, nor, or even. Well, let's see. As humans adapt to rising temperatures, so we humans are changing with rising temperatures, blank do animals. As do animals. I'm not sold on that one. Oh, so do animals. That I like a lot. Nor doesn't work. Even doesn't work at all. So let's choose B. As humans adapt to rising temperatures, so do animals. Animals do too is another way to say the same thing.
没错，所以这边的话，如果提到说随着人们在慢慢的去适应这个逐渐变暖的这种天气、这种气候，对不对？然后呢，动物也是。然后你也可以说 animals do too， 对不对？在这边的话，我们要用另外一种方式表达什么什么也是的话呢？前面是肯定的，后面的话我们用 so 来表达。所以整句话是 as humans adapt to rising temperatures, so do animals。这边特别注意一下 rising temperatures， 这个 temperatures 因为每天的气温会不一样，对不对？所以我们常常会用复数的形态去表达这样的概念。
Yeah, rising simply means increasing more and more. If it's temperatures, it means higher and higher. All right, let's finish this paragraph. But while humans adapt by spending more time indoors, animals evolve. As it gets hotter and hotter, we can feel that here in Taiwan in the summer. It seems the summers are getting longer and hotter over time. And so we spend a lot of our time inside. It's too hot to be outside, even to play, much less to work, although some people do have to be outside. So humans have a choice in most cases. They can spend the hot day inside someplace, and then in the early morning or early evening, they can go out when it's more comfortable. Animals can't do that, well, actually, some of them can. But what happens to animals who are always outside, in a sense, they evolve. They change not each animal, but from animal to baby animal to baby animal. There is a slow change, just as there have been with people over tens of thousands of years. We are all evolving because the environment is changing.
没错，在这个字的话，老师花了比较多时间去讲 evolve 这个字，它就逐渐的演化、逐渐的进化，用这个动词 evolve。所以说，今天当人类可以选择说，外面天气热的话，我就待在房间里就好了，对不对？我会待在室内。可是有些动物没有这样的选择，他们都是待在室外的。这时候他们可以怎么做呢？他们不断的去演化。改变他们自己外在的这个形貌等等，他们可以适应环境。所以整句话意思是说 ，While humans adapt by spending more time indoors， 好，这个 while 就是比较两件事情。人们呢可以待在室内去避暑，但是呢，动物的话呢，他们选择使用 evolve 演化的方式来应对这样的问题。
Okay, let's take a break before we continue. Well, our next long paragraph, the first sentence has another cloze item. Let's look at it carefully. Researchers in Australia have noticed some very clear blank changes in certain animals. Let's see, Australia, you should know. Notice is to be aware of or become aware of. very clear blank changes. Well, we need some kind of adjective here. Would it be A, tropical, B, technical, C, political, or D, physical? Well, we're talking about changes in animals, so of course political is ridiculous. Technical changes, let's see if there's a better one. Tropical changes, well, not all of Australia is tropical, so it wouldn't be all true, but D, physical, is what we're talking about. He just mentioned evolve, which evolve involves changes, physical changes in species over time. So the scientists or researchers in Australia, as they study animals, they've noticed some physical differences from species that maybe were around thousands of years ago and how they are today. And these changes have impressed them.
Yeah, 没有错。所以在这边的话，老师刚刚用到了一个字，还蛮有趣的哦，叫做 involve。involve 就是与什么什么有关。好，在这里的话，拼法跟 evolve 有点像哦，它是前面那个 e 把它去掉，变成 in， 后面的 volve 都长一样。所以说，今天如果是包含或是与什么东西有关的话呢，你可以用 involve 这个字。那在这边的话，我们看到这边它整句话，他说 researchers in Australia， 在澳洲的这些研究员呢，就注意到了什么？Some very clear 什么 changes in certain animals， 在某些动物身上发现非常非常什么的改变。在这里的话，老师答案我们选的是 A、B、C、D， 第四个这个选项 physical changes， 在身体上，在外观上面有一些改变，然后为了要去适应这个环境嘛，所以在这里的话，我们答案选的是第四个 physical 身体上的改变。
Okay, the next sentence tells us one of these changes they have noticed. A recent study by the researchers shows that the mammals alive today, purulei are mammals, have larger legs and ears than ever before. So when they study a 10,000-year-old kangaroo, and they can find these animals or the bones of these animals, they notice changes over time. And two changes is that legs and ears are larger now than they used to be.
好，所以他接下来就告诉你说了，在最近的 a recent study 最近的一项研究呢，指出来说 shows that the mammals alive today 好，现在我们看到的一些哺乳类动物，老师刚刚举了这个袋鼠的这个例子嘛，对不对？好 have larger legs and ears than ever before 好像比过去的这些袋鼠，可能他们透过这个骨头啦，各式各样的方式去看呢，现在袋鼠比以前袋鼠在什么样的身体上面的变化比较大呢？是 larger legs， 它们的腿也变得比较大了，耳朵呢也变得比较大了，跟以前袋鼠不太一样。
Our next sentence has another blank for us. Birds are also showing changes in their beaks and wings. Now, mammals are legs and ears. Birds are the beak is the hard cover on their mouths, and wings, of course, is what they fly with. Now, the rest of this sentence, parts of blank have been growing larger over the past century. So, what are we going to use here? A, those, B, them, C, which, or D, what? Let's see. Birds are also showing changes. Parts of, well, parts of those have been growing. Parts of them, no. Parts of which have been growing. Referring back to the bird's beak and wing. Parts of what? Choose C.
在这个地方的话，我们要特别注意一件事情，就是在这句话里头要特别晓得 birds are also showing changes， 这个 are 动词出现了，对不对？然后 parts of blank have been， 两边都有动词诶，可是中间如果没有连接词的情况之下的话，我们要把后面这句话变成形容词子句，这时候呢，它就必须用到 C。which 这个选项 part of which 如果你今天讲到是说 birds are also showing changes in their beaks and wings and 多了一个 and 的话，你这时候就会选 parts of them， 这样才可以。所以要特别注意一下，前有动词，后有动词，中间没有连接词的时候，有机会用到形容词子句的冠带 which 啦 whom 啦都有机会用到哦。
Continuing, according to the scientists, this is happening in direct response to the warming climate. In response to means something forces you or makes you change. Direct means it is the most important force causing this kind of change. So the scientists in Australia and many countries realize these changes are happening in direct response to, because of, due to, D-U-E, due to the warming climate. As the climate warms, some body parts get larger.
没错，所以接下来这句话就提到说了，根据科学家们的说法呢 ，this is happening。刚刚指到前面这些事情，对不对？他们这个鸟嘴跟那个翅膀啊，都变得比较大了。这件事情呢，好 ，this is happening in direct response to. When you say in response to， 就是为了因应后面的状况、事情等等。The warming climate 就是指这种越来越暖的这种气候。好，这种气候的话，导致了他们有些身体上这样子的变化。
The larger body parts help these animals better control their body temperature. So ears might not seem like much, but our head produces a lot of heat. And one way to get rid of the heat, of course, is by breathing out through your nose or your mouth, but the ears don't have to inhale. And so they're very efficient. Those of us who lived in cold climates, where I was born and grew up, you always wear a hat when you go out on cold days. 50% of our body heat comes out of our heads. And that's why the Poles, the people from Poland, say, "Are your feet cold? Wear a hat."
哦、OK， 老师很酷，因为老师是来自于雪城Syracuse 那个地方超级冷，对不对？老师很有经验。他说人体呢有一半的这种体温都是透过头去散发出来的，所以说今天在天冷的时候，你一定要戴帽子。所以老师提到说，那个波兰的人他们会讲说什么呢？哦，如果你的脚会冷的话，赶快戴顶帽子吧，这可以保护你，不要就是湿温湿的这么快啊！这是真的是非常棒。
It's true.
哎呀，真的是这样子啊。
Okay, next sentence. If an animal is not blank controlling its body temperature, it may overheat and die. Your body can produce too much heat, and bad for your blood, bad for your brain, bad for you. So what do we need here? If an animal is not, this is number 4, aware of, capable of, inferior to, or likely to, let's see, if an animal is not controlling its body temperature, well, if it can't control its body temperature, then they have a serious problem. And the idea, another way to say that is not capable of. If an animal is not able to, if an animal is not capable of releasing the extra heat, the body overheats, and if you don't get sick, you might die.
所以在这边的话，你看到这句话 ，If an animal is not， 然后这边的话，答案我们选 B。Capable of 就是如果你能够或不能够，有几种说法是 be able to or is capable of doing something。在这边整句话意思就是说，如果一个动物它没有办法去控制它的体温的话 ，it may overheat and die， 可能是体温过高，然后就会容易死掉。
A larger body part might mean the difference between life and death. So a larger part of your body has more surface for heat to leave your body.
没错，所以这句话告诉你说，你身体的这个部位比较大的话，那也许是生死攸关的事情，因为你的身体比较大，它有比较大的表面积，可以把这种体内过多的体温散发出去，可以保护你的生命比较安全一点。
Okay, we've finished 4 of our 5 close items. Let's take a short break and then finish. Okay, welcome back, and now let's finish up. Although these changes show that animals can evolve to blank climate change, this is not a sign that everything is fine. All right, animals can evolve to blank climate change. Reduce, bother, survive, freeze. Reduce climate. I don't think animals are going, it'll be the other way. The climate affects us. We don't affect the climate very much if we do at all. You can't bother the climate, but you could survive by changing your body to higher temperatures. That's a good choice. And no, freeze isn't going to work. You cannot freeze. Climate change could freeze you.
Yeah.
20,000 years ago, Taiwan was covered in ice. So, you would certainly want to choose C, survive.
没错，这句话呢，他说 ，Although these changes show that animals can evolve to survive， 好，答案选 C。Climate change， 它能够幸存下来。如果你用 survive 后面可以加上 any like accident， 好 survive this accident， 可以用这样的方式去表达。所以这题答案我们选 C。虽然说呢，整句话他说，虽然说呢，这些改变能够帮助这动物在这种环境变迁的这种气候变迁的情况下得以生存。This is not a sign that everything is fine， 但并不是说所有事情都安然无恙，都没有事情，还是有一些东西受到影响的。
Unfortunately, it's sad that, it's too bad that, there are countless animals that may not be able to evolve. And this has been going on for 1 billion years on this planet. New life forms, different environment, old species die, new species are born. So if they cannot evolve, if they cannot change, they risk going extinct. Extinct means there are no more of one kind of animal or plant.
Extinct 的拼法是 extinct，extinct 它是一个形容词，所以说今天有时候还会搭配 go extinct 来表达灭绝了，动物物种灭绝的意思。所以整句话的意思说 ，Unfortunately， 不幸的是呢 ，there are countless animals， 有许许多多无以计数的这种动物 that may not be able to evolve， 它们没有办法去演化去适应气候。好 ，and they risk going extinct。这边 extinct 的意思呢，就是指他们被迫去面对绝种的危机。
It is also too soon to tell, we don't have enough information yet, how these changes will affect each animal's ecosystem. We can say, things are getting generally warmer and warmer, but what does that mean for pine trees, for ants, for people, and so on? That's a lot of study, and it's going to take a long time for us to figure out our environment and the changes.
没错，所以最后他这个地方就做出结论了。It is also too soon to tell。如果说今天你提到说 it's too early to tell, it's too soon to tell， 就是做什么事情为时尚早，很可能言之过早这样的概念。他说 it's also too soon to tell how these changes will affect each animal's ecosystem。到底这些气候上的改变会如何影响到我们身上？在地球上所看到这个物种呢，这样要去做任何判断还为时尚早。
Okay, that's it for the text. Now let's take a look at our review. Okay, we have just a few items for you. The first one is in the first paragraph, steadily. That's the adverb form of steady. Steady means without changing, moving in one direction at the same time and pace.
没错，就是持续的、稳健的，它是一个副词。
Adapt to is also in the first paragraph, and that means you are able to change yourself or something you do or something you have or something you are according to new experiences or circumstances.
就是适应新环境的意思 ，adapt to.
In response to, in the big paragraph today, as I said, is because of something, due to something, as a result of something.
没错，所以说通常是针对一个新的变化去因应这样子一个新状况。
And finally, in the final paragraph, we have the word countless. Now, countless does not necessarily mean it's impossible to have a number that big. It just means beyond our ability to be clear or accurate about something.
没错，就是你不太能够计算出来，反正非常非常大，数量非常庞大的时候，你可以用 countless 来表达。
Yeah. Countless stars in the sky.
Yeah， 数不清的星星，对不对？
Okay, that's it for today's program. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something with us. Until the next time,
bye-bye.